It's time to Duel Guardians. What's going on, everyone? Season 22, Season of the Witch is here, and the question everyone is asking is, Bungie do enough to spice up this season, or is it still the same seasonal model? It's no secret that Destiny 2 has gotten stale for a lot of players. Not saying the game is dying or anything, but it needs a shakeup. Of course, that takes time, and when Bungie gets our feedback, they have at least 1 to 2 seasons already finished following the current one. So with a new season and the statement of wanting to change things up, we have to wait a while. But is it enough? Today, we're going to go over all the big changes for Season of the Witch. This includes new activities, new weapons to craft, a new crafting strat, returning exotic missions with craftable exotics if you missed those, and even how to build your very own deck. What's going on, gamers? Town here with the Direct Team, and it's time for our seasonal guide on everything Destiny 2. If you enjoy the content, a like and a sub would be most appreciated. It's free and helps the channel out a lot and allows us to continue to make more guides and videos, including all realms of gaming. All right, let's get started. Now, this guide video is going to be broken down into 3 parts. First will be the new activities. After, we'll be talking about your deck. And finally, changes to the playlist, crafting, and missions, etc. Timestamps will be on the timeline down below if you wish to skip ahead. But without further ado, let's get into part 1. Let's start with the main seasonal gameplay loop, activities and rewards. There are actually a lot of changes from previous seasons, along with some cool perks and weapons to hunt for. As with every season, the moment you log on, you're going to enter a short beginner mission that starts the story and shows you some of the mechanics, which the season includes crystals. Arc, Void, and Solar to be precise, actually. Arc crystals require you to carry a charge around from one to the other by using your melee abilities. Solar, you must pick up the crystal and bring it to another location. And finally, Void. You must enter the Void shield and simply destroy the crystal. After that, you'll be treated to a pretty cool cutscene.
Xivu Arath draws strength from our conflict. She believes her logic absolute. I will grasp it and contravene its power. There is no other way.
Will you come back from this?
Does it matter if I do? What I am has served me, and has served humanity.
Aka, Zetoth, Sel. This is what Savathun wants.
We serve our interests, not Savathun's.
She's outmaneuvered you again. You need me.
We need your silence.
Now begins one of the 2 seasonal activities. First up, Savathun Spire. This is a 3-man match-made activity where you can ascend a spire. Shocking, I know. During this activity, there are going to be 3 rooms where you're going to have to do said crystal mechanics that you're just introduced to, along with some combat, obviously, and in between will be 2 areas for jumping mechanics. Overall, this activity is not that complicated. 2 side notes real quick, though. First, in the middle room, careful of the elemental spear in the middle. As you complete the room, the spear in the center will either burn you, shock you, or actually tether you if you get too close during certain moments, usually after you defeat a boss. Second is the locations of the 2 secret chests. Both require you to shoot hanging symbols with the correct elemental weapon. This week's seem to be Void and Solar. If these change each week, then please check the pinned comment and we'll update you if this changes. If it's still the same going forward, then it should be pretty simple. Once you shoot the symbols, a chest will appear. Once a week, you can get some extra loot along with an actual red border, which is pretty cool. If you open it after the first time, you simply get some reputation experience. Actually, James, go ahead and play the 2 clips real quick to show everyone exactly how easy it is to get these chests. After you take down the final room, a chest will appear giving you your loot. If you have this season's special key, simply collect it from playing the game, then you're going to get bonus loot. This is very similar to past seasons as well. After that, we can move on to our second activity, which is the Altar of Summoning. This seems to be a spin-off of past events from both D1 and early D2. To start this, simply head to the center of the area and activate any of the plates that you simply see on screen. If you look closely, you'll see that 3 symbols are different compared to all the others. If you and your teammates activate those 3, you will get some extra orbs for your super, energy, and a little bit of extra bonuses. Then head to the marker on screen and simply start the encounter. To start an encounter, simply insert an offering that you've gotten from the Spire game mode. There are 3 to keep an eye out for: Feeble, Tier 1, Robust, Tier 2, or Powerful, Tier 3. The higher the tier, the harder the fight will be, but the progress on the meter bar on the left side of the screen will actually increase more depending on what you do. Obviously, if you fail, it doesn't increase as much. Once it's full, go ahead and get your loot. Pretty simple. Now, the cool thing here is you can keep going back to the symbols at the beginning after getting your loot and simply start the process all over again. There's no need to go all the way back to orbit, come back in, and rinse and repeat. So you can be here as long as you want or as short as you want to, which is pretty cool in my personal opinion. And there we go. Those are the 2 seasonal activities. Just like past seasons, keep doing these to get more loot, and then you'll be able to get more weapons and the red border so you can craft the new seasonal weapons. There are actually some pretty good weapons this season in my personal opinion. Among these include a new fusion rifle with a healing perk in the column 3, a new hand cannon, a actual good Strand rocket launcher, a new machine gun, and more. So that's pretty cool in my personal opinion. All right, with part 1 being done, let's get on to part 2 now. Time to build our deck. So you know the activities, but what's up with these cards we keep getting? Well, if you go to the helm and go to the new area that's unlocked in your crow, you're going to see 2 tables actually. One is the normal seasonal table that we get our bounties, focus engrams, and such. The other has all of the cards that you've been collecting or showing you the cards that you can collect. To get some of these cards, simply play the game. You'll get some from missions, but overall, you'll simply see them drop as you continue to play the game, especially the new seasonal activities. There are 2 types of cards, major and minor. As of week 1, you can only get 5 cards in the major column. See the Roman numerals on top of them? Once you get these cards, you actually have to complete small challenges in order to fully unlock them. For example, completing X amount of public events, or get 30 kills with a glaive, and so on. Once completed, simply accept the card again at the table, and you'll see it appear on a pillar behind you like on screen. Once you get all 5, I'd like to introduce you to your deck. Then, when you enter a Spire or Altar activity, a card at random will be drawn from said deck in combat areas and give you a particular buff. So, for example, the Blade card gives you a great chance at seeing heavy ammo drop all over the ground. If you've been playing, you might have seen this already, and you're like, holy crap, look at the heavy ammo. It's pretty cool. Now, you must have 5 activated cards in order for your deck to actually work. Notice the flame under the pillar? That means it's activated. And of course, this only works in the 2 seasonal activities. I know that's pretty obvious, but I still need to mention it. Starting next week, we're going to get probably 5 more, or a certain amount of extras. Then that's when you can start changing up your deck. If you notice, and you go up to it right now, you can say add or remove from your deck, aka the fire is lit or not. However, with only 5 being active at this current moment, we can't really do anything. So next week, when we get more cards, if you want to have a better ability or a different one, simply go over to one of the flames and deactivate it and activate the one that you want. And again, it'll be at random, so it's not always going to pop up, but at least you'll have a chance for your favorite one to activate. As for the minor cards, these are kind of one-off rewards basically. Can be anything from an extra shot at a red border weapon when focusing, or an extra engram, or even an exotic engram. So it's pretty cool right there. I definitely like this. Again, it's still time gated a little bit because like anything, we can't just simply race to the end and get everything done. But regardless, it is definitely really cool to at least have these extra cards that we can get these kind of one-off rewards, and at the same time, get some things that can help us throughout the activity. We'll have to wait and see though after the first week to see if people still like the activity, but regardless, it's still a cool little concept. All right, moving on to part 3, all the extra stuff, missions, new gear, etc. This is gonna be kind of a rapid fire part, so pause if you need to. We got the following. First, we got a return of exotic missions from seasons past. It's a weekly rotator found in the legacy part of the destination map, next over to PvP there. This week is Presage, where you can not only get red border weapons from season 17, but also D.M.T, which you can craft now. So get rid of all those D.M.Ts that you were picking up from Xur over the years. To get it fully upgraded, you need to complete this event 3 times on normal. That's what I simply did, and it's pretty easy. I don't know if doing it on the harder mode simply gives you more stuff, but someone let me know down in the comments below. Also, side note, you cannot do any of the collectibles, to my knowledge at least right now, that we were able to do when the mission was originally around back in the day. Speaking of weapon crafting, you can now level your weapons up using simply Glimmer and Enhancement cores. Goodbye, Shirochi, never gonna farm you ever again. Not that I really did anyway. To get to level 17, the final for the enhancement perks, it takes about 42 cores, I believe, and around 100k Glimmer. Could be off in the Glimmer there, but just let me know down below. I'm actually shocked at how easy it is to get to level 17. Now, if you're trying to get to level 30 for some of those shaders on your gun, then it's obviously going to cost more. But looking at some of the weapons that I have over level 100, it's still pretty cheap overall regardless. So this is definitely a good sign. Again, still shocked that it is this easy to get to level 17. Another change is getting prime engrams and exotic engrams from playlist missions like strikes and gambits. In the past, you had to complete 3 of whatever activity you want. Complete 3 strikes, complete 3 PvP matches, complete 3 matches of gambits. Now, you don't have to do that. You can now complete any event that you want under the normal playlist. Check it out. I've played 3 rounds of PvP. Note the PvP rank vendor right there that has leveled up. And it says I completed the first round, aka 3 matches. However, if I go to Gambit or Strikes, it says I've completed the first set of rounds, but I have no level up on my vendor rank at all. If you complete 9 events in total from here, you're going to get 2 prime engrams and an exotic engram from what I can see. While this is a nice change overall, I believe this is actually less exotic engrams for you to collect that you can actually then focus. I could be wrong on this, but based on just looking at what we have on screen, we only get 1 exotic engram from completing all 9 events. So who knows? Maybe there's more, but as of right now, we can only get 1, unfortunately. So that kind of sucks. If this is different, however, though, please let me know and I'll pin it down in the comments. A new timeline feature is now in the top right corner for new players to try out the first level of the last big 3 expansions before Lightfall. This is a nice little feature for those who don't know anything about Forsaken, Beyond Light, and Witch Queen. I'm assuming more will be added before Final Shape, but we'll have to wait and see. Also, we gotta talk about exotics because it wouldn't be a new season without a new exotic weapon for everyone to get. This season's exotic is called X Duris. I think I pronounced it correctly. It's basically an arc grenade launcher that you don't have to reload, and when you get a kill, summons a moth to attack your enemies. Battle Pass players, you can get this at level 1. Free players, you're gonna have to wait until you get to level 35 on your Battle Pass. It's actually pretty fun and lower end PvE content, and if you want the catalyst, then you simply have to go talk to Banshee, complete the quest, nothing too crazy, pretty standard stuff. Oh, something I forgot to mention about Savathun's Spire. If you see a streaker appear throughout the event called Reclaimant of Savathun, take it down real quickly, and you're gonna actually get some bonus loot, including red borders. Thought I mentioned that, everyone likes the red borders. This season, we actually have a new PvP map that I unfortunately have not been able to play yet through my playthrough of trying to actually play some PvP, but it looks pretty cool, and I'm definitely interested to try it out. It's Vex theme, even though we should have had this like 4 or 5 seasons ago based on that particular season. This season also includes a brand new Strand Aspect for every class. To unlock the ability, simply head over to Nimbus on Neptune, grab a quick mission from him, and head to the Veil area to start listening to a message down there. Funny enough, it actually gives you more information about the Veil, but yeah, it's honestly, I'm tired about talking about the Veil. It's just, I'm over it. I seriously am. They fumbled it. Let's move on. We got Final Shape coming up. After you started listening to the message, you can actually just leave, go back to where Nimbus is, and then go to where you buy your Strand Aspects already, and you'll get it for free. Doesn't require any of the Strand drops or anything like that. Simply pick it up, and boom. They're all pretty powerful. Warlock, you're going to be annoying in PvP. Titans, you're not dying in any PvE content if you got a good build going. Hunters, you're playing Blade right now. It's pretty cool, not going to lie. And finally, the last big one that I want to talk about is loadouts are broken. Yeah, this one hurts. This is definitely one of those you don't realize what you have until it's gone moments. There is no timeline for when this is supposed to be fixed. As of right now, according to the TWAB, they are testing out an update to allow us to at least have our loadouts back somewhat, and they claim it will be by next week, but it won't be fully completed and fixed because it won't be able to bring your weapons from the vault or put them back or anything like that. So we'll have to wait and see if they are able to fix this. I guess the original problem came down to some ornaments that were not the way they should be, but regardless, I definitely miss it. So until then, you'll have to change your subclasses via the old way or use third-party sites like D.M.T. Hopefully this gets fixed soon and completed, but I'm not holding my breath. This isn't the Eververse shop, which gets fixed all the time. Woo, there we go. Everything you need to know about Season 22, Season of the Witch. Let me know if we missed anything down below in the comments and what your thoughts are overall on this season. For the first few days, I have to say the season is pretty fun, but that's generally my opinion when it comes to any new season. I don't think any of these were like big, huge changes that we were really thinking about. Those are going to come post Final Shape. I originally thought that maybe it would happen in Season 22, but it looks like that's going to happen after Final Shape for those episodes that we're going to be getting and not the seasonal model anymore. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen there because I feel like a lot of people are probably going to leave the game after Final Shape because that's the end of the story, but we'll have to wait and see. Let me hear your thoughts down below in the comments as always though, and I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think episodes or seasons are going to be better? All that fun stuff. If you missed out our breakdown and reaction over the Final Shape Showcase, however, though, check it up there in the top right corner. And if you want to keep up to date on anything gaming, news, reviews, or anything like that, make sure you sub to the channel. We cover literally everything that we possibly can. And again, if you sub and like the video, that allows us to continue to make more videos. And it's free and helps us out. I've been Talon with 59 Direct. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And we hope to see you all in the next one. Johnny.